So how often do you talk about money with your friends? You could be missing out on sharing a wealth of knowledge. Robyn Thompson of Castlemark Wealth Management joins us with more. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Annette. It's so nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well. And I was just thinking about, I hardly ever talk money with my friends. Why is that?
It's not something that we're conditioned to do. I find that generally as women, having conversations about fashion and diets and relationships and travel is something that we do all the time. But when it comes to one of the most important parts of our life, we just leave it off the table. And a lot of that becomes fear, shame, anxiety, not really sure what to do or how to start conversations. But this is where the gold is, because when you start to share your knowledge, your entire friend group gets richer.
So what kind of knowledge do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about your failures? Do you want to talk about success or what you're doing?
So when you're talking about money, I think what's important to understand is you should try to stay away from some of the quantitative measures. So let's not talk about how much we have in our bank accounts or maybe what our income is. Try to stay away from some of the very personal items and try to talk about things like, what is it you're trying to accomplish? Where are you struggling? If you're carrying too much debt, what are some of the other women in your life doing to be able to control their debt? If they're buying houses, how are they affording their houses? Are they using the home buyer's plan? Are they negotiating with mortgage brokers, or are they going directly to the banks? What are the different strategies that the women in your life are taking to level up their financial game? And when you take a look at their conversations, you'll start to be able to see some insights into your own life that you'll be able to then use to go forward. So you're leveling each other up together, pushing yourself forward together.
And how is this different from financial talk that you may have with your partner?
Well, when you're talking with your partner about finances, it tends to get very emotional. Money is a very sensitive topic. And when you're intertwined in a relationship, some of your goals that you have may see eye to eye, you may not see eye to eye, but you're also very close to it. So when you can get an objective view about how other people are managing their finances and what they're doing, it gives you some fresh perspective to bring back to your relationship. It gives you some fresh ideas to be able to inject into conversations. And I find that when women are having conversations with women and they're coming back to their spouses, their partners, with new and fresh and innovative ways to solve a problem, reach a goal, they're very grateful because now they're not the only ones that are making these financial decisions or responsible for all of the financial sort of, steps they make in their lives. It gives the relationship another level of balance because as a woman, we're controlling a lot more wealth than you think we are. So it's important.
So how do you start that conversation with your friends? And who, you're not going to share it with everybody that you're friends with on Facebook, but...
No, of course. It's a very private conversation, so you'll want to, Annette, if you have a group of girlfriends, again, as you know, in my life that we talked about earlier, conversations about money around the table, dinner table, were not common. They're not even really common around friends. So when you're looking at your friend group, look to see who has common goals, or what is it that other friends in your life, how are they managing through their life? Are they progressing through their careers? Are they progressing through, assets and allocations and retirement? And what are they doing? So look for a group of friends that, number one, you trust, because it's so important. The friend group is that sacred circle of how do we help each other? How do we level each other up? And have intimate conversations and be prepared to come with something to the table. Be prepared to say, this is a safe space. This is where I'm struggling, and this is why I need to start talking about money. Because we control, as women, in 2019, $2.2 trillion worth of personal financial assets. That number is going to jump 70% by 2030, and women are going to control a third of all personal assets worldwide. The time is coming for us to start having these important conversations.
Excellent tips on getting it started. Thank you, Robyn. And we'll get the link up to chch.com to get that conversation continuing.